Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me today and clicking on one of my videos. I really do appreciate it. So today is going to be a really short flight. We are going to go from Manila, Ninoy Aquino Airport, and we are going to be flying the very short distance to Angeles City, Clark International Airport. We're going to set it as a morning flight, so we're going to get some lovely sunset or sunrise coming up. And we're going to have some broken clouds, mainly at high altitude. Hello, so we're back. We're here at Ninoy Aquino Airport, ready to fly in the Cessna. As you can see, it's just beginning to get light. So let's begin. So we're going to hit the throttle, and we're going to take the brake off, and we're going to get flying. So basically, I have now been playing this game for around 7-8 hours. So I'm still learning. I'm finding takeoffs easy. I'm finding flying around pretty easy. The one thing I'm not finding easy is the landings. Landings are very, very difficult. I'm definitely improving though. So we're going to gain some altitude. We're then going to bank to the right, heading towards Manila Bay. Lovely shot of the airport just there, Ninoy Aquino International Airport. So again, it's Ninoy Aquino International Airport heading towards Angeles City, Clark International Airport. Manila just waking up. Another new day in Manila.
You were not clear to land. Clear the runway. Cebu 488 number tree for landing. Follow the aircraft on final. Wind 272 at 20. Clear to land runway 24.
Turn down the sound of my monitor. That's going to be picked up on the microphone. Oh, we could go in SM. We could go get some food in the food hall. So heading over to the beautiful Manila Bay. A slightly overzealous turn there by me. Beautiful shot of Makati and BGC over in the distance there. The tall skyscrapers of Manila. Again, I love this type of day when the sun's just coming up. There's beautiful colours in the air. Reflections of the rivers. Sea's looking beautiful. So the journey is, I think it's around 30-40 minutes travel time. So we're going to go along Manila Bay, then head inland past Angeles City, and then the airport is just past main Angeles City.
Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha, leaving my airspace frequency change approved. Manila Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha frequency.
Beautiful sunrise today. Beautiful clouds in the air.
Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha is type Cessna Skyhawk 3 miles west of Manila, 2,500 feet. Request flight following.
So heading around up to 2,600, 2,700 feet. Going to level off the aircraft just there. I might come down a bit if there's too much cloud around. Sorry again if you can hear my keyboard, it is a bit of a clicky keyboard. I have got plans to buy a new one. I've got a flashing over here, so I'm just going to turn the throttle back now to around 90%. Again, if there's any experienced flight sim viewers watching and I'm making mistakes, please be aware. Again, I've only been playing this game now for around 6 or 7 hours. I'm not an expert in any sense of the word, especially when it comes to landings. But these videos are mainly to show off, obviously, new players to the game, what they can expect, how hard it is to kind of just jump into an aircraft, take off and fly around and then land. So far, taking off's very easy, flying around's not too bad. Landing's a little bit tricky, but I think with repeat practice it will become a lot easier. It's not impossible. Beautiful day, beautiful morning in the Manila. A visually stunning game, I've got to say. Absolutely, you do need, again with this game, you do need a bit of a beefy PC. I must admit, you do need a beefy PC. So you're going to have to invest in some quite substantial PC hardware to get the game running at maximum ultra settings. I'm running at 4K and a lot of the settings are ultra. I'll stick my PC specs in the description in the YouTube description box, so you can see what I'm running, what PC I'm running to get these kind of visuals. So pretty on course. So we fly across here now. I think we fly inland. So around 2,000. So we're going to come. I'm going to come down a little bit. We're heading up towards the 3,000 altitude now, which is nice because you get to fly through all the clouds, but you don't really get to see much else. Oh, there's beautiful sun over there. Sun is coming up. Stunning, absolutely stunning, visually stunning. Now, I've actually owned this game for over a year, and to my annoyance, I couldn't actually get the game to work. I had spent all this money, not particularly on this game. I had spent a lot of money on my PC, not particularly for this game, but definitely it was one of the big reasons I got a more beefier graphics card than I would normally to play this game and several other games, and I couldn't get it to work. I tried installing updating the motherboard driver, the BIOS drivers in the motherboard. I tried reinstalling Windows. I tried reinstalling the game. I tried updating the graphics drivers. I tried everything to try to get this game working. Nothing worked. Basically, after every now and then, when obviously Microsoft released some updates to Windows, I would try the game again. When Microsoft released some updates for this particular game, I tried again. Nothing worked. It wasn't until I decided to install Windows 11 that the game actually started working. So I had the game for over a year, and I wasn't able to play on it whatsoever. It would load up, I'll get to the loading screen, and it would crash. Tried looking on YouTube, obviously, for fixes. Lots of things people said would fix it. Unfortunately, it didn't. Obviously, I'm sure some machines did fix via that method, but unfortunately with my machine did not want to load. So what we're going to do, I'm going to bring up the quick larger map, which is quite useful. So what was another aircraft? Let's see if we can see this aircraft first. So it's going to be to the left of us. again, it could be a much higher. Let's see if I can bank it slightly and see if we can see it. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's the aircraft. Quite a long way from us though. And now we've gone way off course. So now we've gone a bit low as well. Sorry about that. Probably not advisable to do that. So let's get back on course. I was too eager to see the other airplane then. What not to do in an aircraft. Bank your aircraft so much to see another plane, but you almost crash because of it. So we're going to get back on course. Altitude's not too bad. I'd say after that it's like almost like crash. If I'm looking to my left, I'm just making sure that my webcam and audio is still working. It's nothing worse than recording a video and then finding out halfway through your webcam stopped or your microphone stopped. Okay, so still quite well off course. Bring that round. Didn't really do much at all. Again, it's back on course. Let's try that again. So a quick message, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It would really help out the channel, really help out me. Also, if you hit the bell notifications, you'll get obviously a notification that when I produce new videos and new contents, you'll get a message saying that there's a new video up. So again, it really helps me. So if you can subscribe, that'd be fantastic. And again, you have any comments, please put them below. Again, you want me to talk less or you want me to talk more, please put the comments in below. Again, it's difficult to know roughly how much talking. Obviously I prefer sometimes just to look at the visuals of the game, which are, like I said, absolutely stunning. So I'm going to get back on course now properly. We're probably about halfway into the flight now. Let's have a quick look. Not quite halfway there yet. Well, there's quite a few planes actually at the moment. I'm not going to do any more banking to see if I can see them though this time. That was probably a bad idea. Slightly overshot again, so I'm going to have to make adjustments. So again, the most trickiest thing about this game, and probably flying a plane in general, is probably, you know, the most difficult bit is actually landing. Trying to get everything. You're trying to do 4 or 5 things at once. Trying to get the speed right, trying to get the height right, trying to get the flaps, make sure the flaps are on. So you're doing lots of things, and it's very sometimes. I have improved. Like I said, I've only been playing this game probably about 8 hours now, and I've probably attempted landing probably about 6 times now. I've attempted to land, and the first 5 attempts were pretty awful. But my last one wasn't too bad actually. My last landing wasn't too bad. So we're going to see how well I've gone with this one. Hopefully there'll be improvement upon improvement. So altitude is around 1,750. Course isn't too bad. Slightly off course at the moment. I find that if you're best thing to do is make sure you're pretty much when you're far away from the airport, it doesn't really matter if you're slightly off course. But I find if you're about to come in and land and you're off course, then it makes things a little bit more tricky. Going to take us down to a bit, see if we can get some out of some of this cloud. So we go down to about just above 1,000 feet. The other thing with landing is I find that you have to get your altitude right. If you look at this over here, because I'm now coming down, my airspeed is going up 139, 140. Again, if you find that you're coming into land and you're too high and you're having to suddenly lose some altitude very quickly, obviously that will increase your airspeed, and again you need to watch your airspeed to land. Obviously you can't come in too fast, or like I've done a couple of times, is come in too fast into the airport and you'll just bounce off the runway and go back into the air again. So about 1,100, 1,200 feet from the air. So I'd imagine we're about halfway through our flight now. Probably over halfway now. Yeah, probably just a little over halfway. Again, I'm not looking where I'm going, so we're flying off course again. And also dropping altitude again. Quite a few aircraft now, obviously, because it's getting a bit more in the morning. There's obviously more aircraft coming to land in Manila. So there's quite a hard left turn to get into this airport. come up here, then you've got to make a very hard left and land. So it looks like we're heading for the far right. The hard right. At some point, we're going to have to make a hard left turn, and then we're going to make a the runway we come into is the on the right hand side.
Clark approach Emirates, tree 8, 2,500 feet. Emirates, tree 8, Clark approach altimeter 29.
And so do a hard left.
Continue as planned.
It could be the middle runway. No, it's not right. Oh, again, not concentrating. Not concentrating. Now I'm all over the place now. Sorry about that, wasn't concentrating. Let's get back in. Let's try and get back on course quite quickly. Lose some auto. I like to come into the airport around 1,000 foot. Just before we get to the airport, I like to be around 1,000 foot. I don't want to be losing a load of altitude just before the airport. Obviously, when you get to larger aircraft, you probably have a set descent that your aircraft will have to follow. So obviously, when you're flying around with a Cessna, it doesn't really matter, I don't think. So back on course. So you think the aircraft's fine, you look away for a few seconds and it's heading towards the ground in a blaze of flames. Heading slightly up again. I don't want to do that. I want to get slightly lower. Let's get to around 1,000 foot.
Emirates Tree 8 has the runway in sight. Emirates Tree 8, you are 10 miles.
Not doing too badly. Pretty much back on course.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Contact
Let's
Clark
get ourselves
Tower
down a
on
bit.
124 decimal tree. Maintain present heading and altitude. Tower on 124 decimal tree, Emirates Tree 8.
The runway should be coming up soon, I would imagine. So again, we're going to make a hard left-hand turn and then land on the right-hand runway. It's gone a bit dark. Sun's gone away. A few subdivisions being built there. So anyone looking for a plot of land in the Philippines, you can maybe look around here. Okay, so I would imagine we're getting close. So when we pass that river, well, there's actually another aircraft coming into the airport. There it is. You can see it there. Just in the background over there. Okay, so so you can see that flashing in the background. Another aircraft just coming to land. There it is. So the airport. Oh, there's. Okay, so the airport's over there. So that one's coming to land.
Clark approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha.
Let's try and alright. So there's a river.
To transition Bravo airspace.
It's not. We're getting close now. The aircraft's just about to touch down in the distance. And there it is, it's landed. So let's try to get back on course now. Let's try to go around to 1,000 feet. Let's bring it down. $1,350. Getting back into line. 1,250. Airspeed is 132, so we need to decrease that now. So I'm going to throttle back to around 60%-ish. Our airspeed should start coming down. 110, 109, 108, 107. Altitude 11. Right, so coming down, still not. Right, so we can see the turn coming up now. Slight adjustments now. 1,148. Still may come down. Okay, you can see the turn now. So 1,000. That's good. 1,000 feet. $976 feet. Airspeed 103, 102. There's the airport over there. Airspeed 100. Let's look at the sunrise. Right, I'm going to start banking left in a minute. There's the airport. Some commuters on the motorway going to work. So here we go. This is quite a sharp turn left. It's not. So here we go, altitude around 102, altitude is 850, probably a little bit low. Get that up a bit, made it slightly too yeah. So too harsh a turn there. Got that all wrong. Right, so we're on the right hand one, so now because we're coming pretty much straight, we're going to have to make a real heavy turning now. Let's see if we can just bring it around nicely. Yeah, this is not good. Just probably a little bit too sharp turn. Right, let's get the flaps out. So it's F8 for flaps. Flaps are now gone to 13, 16, 20, 30%. Aircraft should be slowing down even more. I've gone a bit too high again, so we need to come down. Airspeed's gone up to 90, so let's throttle it back down to about 50. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Airspeed is 90, so still too high. Come on, come down. 92, 91, 89. Right, all we can do is just, this is so far so good. Now we're just going to very slowly come down now. 70s, that's good. Airspeed's good. Just lift the nose up a bit. No, too much. Come on, get the aircraft down on the ground. It's looking good. It's looking good. Whoa, we're down. We're down.
Tower Cessna Alpha
Whoa,
Sierra
we're
X-ray
down.
Golf
We're
Sierra
down.
Alpha is 1
We're
mile
down.
northwest
No,
of
that's not
400
good.
feet
No,
from Quebec
no,
to
dear.
land.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha Clock Tower.
We're down. We are down, but we must have hit the. I'm not too sure what happened there. I think we just hit the ground at a slight angle. So we arrived. Again, not the best landing, unfortunately, but I will keep practicing,
Going
and
to
I hope you
124.3 Cessna Golf
hope you
Sierra
continue
Alpha.
watching my videos. So again, hopefully the next video will be Manila to Calibo. So join me then. Thank you again for watching.